Okay, so the last where we left off was about here. So this is what the design is looking like so far. It's a little rough, but we'll work on it. So if we go into Safari, I have a little bit more to work with because I asked one of my contacts to send me more text. So I might actually just replace all of this. Let's see, let's not do that. I'll just replace it by selecting this so I get it all in this type of font instead of all in the headline font. Maybe I'll keep one of the headlines just for, because I went through all that trouble to find them. Maybe I'll highlight this and push Command X to cut it out, and then I'll just paste it off to the side here. You can't see it because I don't have, if I push W you can see it, but I'm just going to put it off to the side for now. So Havertrails is a community group. So this is events. This is about the events. And then they also have the Haver, let's see, what's it called? Let's see, Havertrails. Let's go into photos. So they have the Havertrails, the Brewfest, Summer Brewfest, Havertrails Summer Brewfest. I wonder if they have any. I know that they have events for this, so it might be good for me to go into the events. Let's see. This is the last one they did. And then they have some information on it. Okay, so we're going to put that in there too. So the name of it is Havertrails Summer Brewfest. Okay. And then we'll put a section in there about that. Well, this is really specific to this year's Summer Brewfest, but we're going to put it in there anyway. Sometimes you just have to edit text. I mean, sometimes Havertrails, I'll just make it more generic. Annual Summer Brewfest, fun, right? Join us. I will pause this so you don't have to watch me do this. Okay, so I was able to kind of edit down this Summertrails Brewfest. So here we are. This is looking pretty jumbled here. So let's see. So this is a different section. I'm going to put a different headline. Get involved. So this is kind of the action, call to action. And this is basically, yeah, the about. So I think I have this is specific trailhead information about the Devlin Trail that they put in town. Okay. Well, I don't know if there's anything really here that I can use. Maybe this. yeah, this is about the Devlin Trail. So I'm going to add that in. So we have the about, the events that they put on, and then the get involved, which I might actually end up putting this this new information. I'm going to say have a section for the trails that have been built by Havre Trails, and I'm going to edit down this text a little bit. So I'll pause. Okay, I think I got all my text in there finally. Working with text can be, you know, pretty time consuming. And one thing I'm noticing, well, we need to bring back these headlines basically to these sections of text. It's always good to kind of try and section out your text as best you can into sections that are easily digestible for people. And so I have about that many sections. 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. So the about, the events, which include these hiking events, which I'm just going to make bold. And then the Havre Trail Summer Brewfest, I'll make that bold. And then I think I have an extra space in there, so I need to make sure. So this doesn't look very good because there's just one little line here hanging out, so I can actually extend this box to try and pop that line down. And then I want this line to either meet up with this or go and meet up with this. So maybe I'll just highlight this and bring it down so that it's lining up with this. So these two are lining up good. That looks a little cleaner to have it that way. And this does extend a little below this, but it's fine. And then I'm going to make this bold. So just visually trying to organize this text. Okay. So what I might end up doing is I might actually make this text smaller. It's at 12 right now, and I could probably bring it down to 10. And I'm also really trying to figure out, is this the same? Okay, yeah, it is the same. Maybe I'll just bring all of it down a little bit. I feel like it's all just a little bit too big. This can be a time-consuming thing. I know this seems kind of maybe a little too much to watch, but hopefully you guys stick with me here. So I'm just selecting the body copy right now, not the headline. I'm going to make it 10 point. Oh, I guess this is all body copy here. And I don't think I brought this down in size, or did I? Maybe I did. Okay, and then we'll bring this last bit to 10. So I just brought everything down a little bit. And then I'm just going to click in here, and then I'm going to do Command A to select all the text, and I'm just going to make this all, maybe, I like to give it a little bit of space, so 14 points as far as the leading, the space in between the lines go. I think that makes it look a little bit nicer. So I think now that we did that, I think that actually looks pretty good. So we're really filling this in. We could put the about and the events, or the about and the get involved. We could potentially put that on this back panel since we're running out of room. So let's give that a try. Let's just move this back over. So this is the back panel right here. This is the front panel. So this will be kind of that folded panel that's inside. It'll probably be one of the first panels that you see when you first open up the brochure. Well, probably about the third panel you see. But since there's so much information in this, well, the events, there's not a ton of events information. I just want to make some room so that I can put some images in here and some graphics in here. So I'm going to have to move this text. I'm going to have to figure out what I can move onto this inside folded panel. And so I'm trying to figure that out. Let me think on that. I'm going to push pause. Okay, I think I've come to the conclusion that maybe since it's the third panel, they'll see first panel will be this panel. Then they might open it up and see this. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll put, I'm just struggling with this, but oops. Maybe I'll put the about up there. I'll try that. I don't know. And maybe the get involved. So I'm highlighting the text using the text tool and I'm pushing Command X to cut it. And then I'm going to Command V to paste. I guess I should probably make sure that this is, so this is the width of this text box up here. So I'm going to copy that. It's 3.1 inches wide. I'll at least try to get this one the same. And then I'll just center it within this space. Maybe try and get it same distance from the top, just to keep everything. I might not do that. I might intentionally make it not the same because there's just not as much text here. So I'm going to add a little bit of color. I did change this font a little bit to contrast more. I don't know if I really love it or not, but maybe I'll go into swatches. I think I have that blue color loaded. So I'm just going to change these to add a little bit of interest there. I might add another space here. A little bit more spacing. I don't know if that's too much. It might be, so I'm going to highlight this and then bring this down to maybe 10. I want there to be a little bit of space there, but not so much that it looks like they're not still one section. It doesn't look too bad. So let's make these that color, and then I'll add an extra space there, extra space here, and make this 10, and make this, well, I'm doing it in reverse order, but make that 10 and then add a space. Okay. So that all matches up nicely. I think I'll begin my next video here pretty soon. I'm starting to run out of time. But I think this is where I can kind of start to try and add in some graphics. And I think I maybe might make these columns narrower. Like I might make them like 2.9 or something like that. So if I add that in and then just push enter, it'll make it 2.9. And I wonder if I just grab both of these at the same time, if I can just, no, I don't think you can do it that way. So 2.9, enter, 2.9, enter. Okay, well, I'll begin. I just think more white space is going to be helpful to have. But yep, we'll just start on the next video here pretty soon.